All right, what's up, everybody? Terminator Juice. Another Juice Opinions. And as I wait for people to get in here, pause that. All right. So, welcome. I missed last week. Didn't have much to talk about, but this week, got a bunch of stuff to talk about. So, before we get any live viewers, get some interaction, I'll just give my take on the Epic Games purchase of Psyonix, the company behind Rocket League. It is my most played single game of all time. And I don't know if it's, yeah, retro, I've seen that. But anyway, Rocket League's right up there with, it's one of my favorite games to play, of my adult life for sure. I can't really compare it to some of the greats of my youth and all that, but Rocket League's a mainstay for me the last year and a half, and the fact they're purchased by Epic Games, it's interesting. I'm gonna go over the little Q&A they did here after the announcement to put some people's minds at ease, and then I'll give my thoughts and how I'm gonna feel and some of my maybe not concerns, but things I expect to happen in the future. So people were asking a lot, so they said, in the short term, nothing will change at all. We're still committed to providing Rocket League with frequent updates that have new features, new content, and new ways to play the game for as long as you have us. In the long term, we expect to bring Rocket League to the Epic Game Store and to leverage our new relationship to grow the game in ways we couldn't do on our own before. So Psyonix was an independent studio or independent company. Basically, they made Super Battle rocket cars or whatever, and then had some little bit of success. I think I don't know if it was on Xbox Live Arcade or PC, but they made Rocket League. It blew up, and that's their bread and butter. That's the way they make money. They don't have other games. They don't have other avenues. They have a whole e-league thing that they fund and stuff. So, but yeah, they're looking to bring it in ways they couldn't do before. We believe that bringing Rocket League to new audiences with more support is a win for everybody. Does this mean the gameplay will be different? Nope. What does it mean for the Rocket League esports ecosystem? Blah, blah, blah. If you don't, it's just, Epic made $1 billion off Fortnite. Obviously, they're going to have more resources to promote and maybe bigger prize pools and all that. So I think that'll probably be good for the esports. Same team, they said. They have the power and experience of Epic Games behind them. And then one last thing, the success of Rocket League would not have been possible without you, our community, your loyalty, excitement, and creativity and support. And Psyonix has helped us become who we are, and we look forward to you helping us for many years to come. And then they added, we want to clarify after today's news, Rocket League is and remains available on Steam. Anyone who owns Rocket League through Steam can still play it and look forward to continued support. Thanks. So, inevitably, this game's going to be on the Epic Game Launcher. I don't know if they'll ever dare make it exclusive to Epic Games on PC, where you'll have to, if you want to buy Rocket League from, whenever this happens, the Steam won't even be an option. Like, I don't know that I see that anytime soon. Maybe we'll see how it all plays out. If Steam doesn't step up to the plate, maybe games will just leave it. But I find it hard to believe that they would just say, oh yeah, it's you can only buy it on the Epic Game Store, and if you want to play it, those of you that have 5,000 hours in the game and all this content, all this DLC about it, yeah, guess what? You got to start over and come over to Epic. I don't see that ever happening, so I'm not concerned about that at all. For me, what it changes, though, is the whole Rocket Pass. And if you know what Rocket Pass is, it's like a Fortnite season or Battle Pass. So from April 17th to July 29th, Rocket Pass Season 3, it's $10. And as you play, you level up and get different tiers, which give you different unlocks. Now you get the tier system works with or without the Rocket Pass. So there's a free one where it gives you just minor stuff. But let's say you got up to like tier 20 on the free and you're like, you know what? I'm loving this. I'm going to buy the Rocket Pass. You'll automatically get the 1 through 20 of the premium stuff. And it's all cosmetic. It's, even the cars, don't make that much of a difference. But for me, because I know Rocket League is their only revenue, and I love the game, and I like the esports. The top RLCS season's going on right now. This weekend will be the final weekend before the playoff type structure, and then they'll have the championship in June 21st, I think, or something like that. It's in New Jersey this year. So I buy the Rocket Pass partially just because of the content. Another reason, it gives me motivation to keep playing. And then the final reason is I want to support Psyonix. I wanted to, because I know this company has no other revenue, and I want them to keep going with this game and the esports thing. So I was like, you know what? I was for $10, and then you earn keys. So the next season I only had to pay $5, and then this season I only had to pay like $3. So I was just like, yeah, I have no problem giving these guys a little extra money for a great game they continue to support. I don't love the whole loot crate, loot box thing with the crates. I don't support it. I don't use it. The DLC is there for, special cars and stuff. You buy it or you don't buy it. There's a ton of DLC I never have any interest in buying. I wouldn't, so it's not like, oh my God, I got to have this car, otherwise I'm missing out, So I don't love that they did that, but I didn't hate it. And I think Rocket Pass should be the only thing now. I've always kind of thought they should have got rid of the crates as soon as they did the Rocket Pass, and maybe start phasing out the DLC and having that be part of the Rocket Pass. Some of the cars maybe be some licensed ones instead of just going to spend $6 to get the the DC cars, which I did and didn't. I mean, I got a discount on it through my gold points on the Switch. But anyway, so that's basically why I've been giving them extra money. I only paid $12 for the game anyway. I didn't pay the full price. Got a Steam sale. And I was like, I'll give them some extra money. But now they're owned by $1 billion company. I really don't feel the need to continue to purchase the Rocket Pass moving forward. They got the backing now. They're owned, like I said, by a company that made over $1 billion off Fortnite last year. So I don't feel that, and I doubt I'll keep doing the Rocket Pass thing because, you don't need the money now. I mean, maybe they'll still consider Rocket League as a separate entity and say, all right, are you profitable now? And, maybe that'll affect things. But for me, I lost the motivation to continue to give them money. So, but I think in the long term, depending on what Steam does, if Steam doesn't fix their ways and start, I don't know, being a little more proactive and not just being like a silent partner, like it just feels like they don't ever communicate with the community, and some people have issues with Steam. I don't have any issues, but it's just, we don't need a console war type atmosphere on PC. So, it's like, well, you could argue that Origin already has that, because if you want to play an EA game like Apex Legends or Battlefield 5 or whatever the new one's called, you have to go through Origin on PC. There's no other way to play EA games on PC. So that's already kind of an exclusive launcher there. But Origin, as far as I know, doesn't have like Shadow of the Tomb Raider and multi-plats. So I'm not exactly sure. I guess if I knew that 100%, I don't think they do. Whereas Epic Games is trying to just be like this multi-plat. Well, we got Fortnite, we got Metro Exodus exclusive, whatever, they had to pay to get that. Really don't need exclusive battle happening on PC. It doesn't really make sense to me. And then for Rocket League, it already has full cross-platform play, so it's like, it's not like PS4, Xbox One, Switch owners are suddenly anything's going to change for them. It's just on PC, it's just going to be stupid if it's like, oh yeah, Rocket League's exclusive to the Epic Game Launcher, let's say a year from now. It just doesn't make any sense with all the Steam users, with all the content they have and all the progress they've made. No one's going to buy it again, start from scratch. Well, not say no one, but a lot of people, most people that are like playing this game regularly are not going to start from scratch so they can play it on the Epic Game Launcher to play with the same people they can already play with. It makes no sense. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm not too concerned. I'll still play the game. I'm not mad like some person in reply was like, oh, I'm uninstalling. I'm done. No more purchases from me, blah, blah, blah. Like, nothing changed. You can still just play the damn thing on your Steam. Like, people overreact. And I forgot I had like a greenish shirt on underneath, and I could see, you can see through me. And what's up? Was it Renee? Arvalo? Not sure how you say that. Sorry about that. And the title of this Juice Opinions was definitely clickbaity in nature. I'm not going to talk about Sonic movie much, but let's talk about it now. So, if you know me, I'm not a Sonic fan. I'm not a fan of the games, I should say. God, that sucks that I forgot to. It's like, it just looks weird that you can see through me, through my neck there. So I'm not a big Sega fan. Never been a huge fan of really any of their franchises. Not a Sonic lover. Same thing for Pokemon, though. And I absolutely floored by the Detective Pikachu trailers. I just seen that there's reviews hitting, and I almost delayed this so I could fucking watch the reviews. And I'm wearing a blue shirt. Perfect. But for Sonic. And I really want to see reviews for Detective Pikachu. I'm planning on going to see it. Looks great. I think Pikachu looks absolutely phenomenal. But I remember Terrell was a little put off when you first saw him, and with fur, I'm like, God, they nailed Pikachu. There's no perfect, there's no changing it. It's absolutely perfect. Pikachu looks flawless in Detective Pikachu. And he's like, I don't know if I want him with fur. And I'm like, seriously? So he's coming from diehard fan, been playing Pokemon forever. I'm a non-Pokemon player. And I don't think he feels that way now. But it's like, that's just your fandom and something getting in the way. Because as somebody from the outside, I've played Pikachu, or as Pikachu in Smash. That's really my experience with Pikachu, and then seeing him. I never watched a movie of the animated, never seen any of that, but I've seen enough of Pikachu to know that he looks right with fur. And yet Terrell, and I'm sure many others initially were like, oh, it looks wrong. And Jigglypuff, why does Jigglypuff have hair? Well, what do you want him to look like, a balloon? Like, I just always thought that was weird. So for Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm looking at this screen right here. Other than the complaint, I guess, that his eyes aren't green, they change when he's about to go to the Speed Force. This to me is this angle, this shot right here. There's absolutely nothing I would change about this. This looks undeniably Sonic, and also looks like, even though the CG's not the best, looks like a character that could exist in the real world, yet still has cartoonish features, I think it's a good blend. I wouldn't say it's absolutely perfect, but looking at this right here, that looks like Sonic to me. And sorry to the people that are gonna disagree with this, but you have to accept that this is a live action Sonic. This isn't cartoon Sonic interacting with humans. In this movie, which I completely agree with you, Sonic should have not ever been a live action movie. It's stupid. Just make a full CGI movie, make it almost to this level CGI, but make a Sonic movie in CGI. That's it, like an animated movie. That's what they should have did. So I'm not arguing that, but you have to accept that this is a live action. The fact once they said it's live action, to me, I think anyone asking for Sonic to look like cartoon Sonic in a live action film, I'm sorry, I think that's idiotic. So I wouldn't say I love it. I really like how he looks in this shot. Now, later on, it's not like, that's not a good look. Something changed from that other shot to this shot. It just looks flat. Almost looks like a goatee here. Like, it's just not the best special effects, but it doesn't hold up in this wide angle. So that first shot to me was the money shot. It's the best he looks in pretty much the trailer. That, I don't know, something's just a little off. I think it's more of his body than his face to me. So that's not a good look. But later on in the trailer, like right there, that's 100% Sonic to me. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. That looks like Sonic. And then later, not Sonic. Right, well, when he was smiling right there, I thought it was like, that looks like, to me, that looks great considering the quality of the CGI is not amazing. That's a Sonic. That profile looks Sonic to me. I don't know what all the hate is. I honestly don't understand. Let me bring up some pictures. And I didn't react to this in the crew. I didn't want to start another debate. All right. Someone thinks, oh, I got to bring it over. Someone thinks this is better. And I just want to facepalm so hard. This looks so absolutely ridiculous and stupid. Look at his eyes. They look fucking stupid. I'm sorry. This is my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I wouldn't waste your time writing a comment, though, because opinions aren't anything to debate. This looks absolutely atrocious to me in the setting of a live-action movie. Even in the animated movie, this looks absolutely fucking terrible. Like, it looks so wrong. This one is so laughable that I can't even, I'm sorry guys, I can't even begin to understand why you think that looks alright. But again, in a live action movie, I don't mind his teeth actually. I think that is an improvement. This little white connecting the eyes in a live action movie makes no goddamn sense. God, that looks terrible. And I should point out that I've never loved that design aspect of Sonic. But so are you saying all this white is one giant eye? In a live action movie, this makes no sense, and I'm sorry. God, it just looks goofy. That looks like if you're gonna make a comedy, like silly spoof movie, this is what you would use. Sorry. Look at how much better that looks. To me, that looks so much better. So sorry. Yeah, that shit was not better. The director did confirm that they're gonna change his design. They didn't say in what way. So they obviously took the fan feedback to heart, and they're gonna do something about it. Even though, right there, I can't imagine maybe making a snout a little bit longer. I mean, it looks like Sonic. Sorry. The bad part about this movie, in my opinion, it's getting way overlooked, is how fucking terrible the plot, the dialogue, everything else is about this movie is absolute trash. I mean, that just looks like Sonic to me. I was actually happy when I saw this trailer. I was worried. I thought this was going to be fine with how he looks. The dialogue, oh my god, it's so stupid. This whole meow scene, I don't know. I don't know about the retro Jim Carrey going on here. I'm not a big stickler for Eggman's got to be round in the belly. Like, I don't care. It looks like Jim Carrey's actually trying, though. It's not like he went back to Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey.
Listen, pal. I don't know if you realize.
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny. Nobody cares.
But this just looks terrible. Like, this part.
Meow.
I mean, that's just not funny. That's just bad writing. And I think that's going to be the problem with this movie. Shout out to Toyota Tacoma right there, though. Whoops, I got myself a Toyota. God, that's so stupid. This movie's just going to be terrible, I feel. Absolutely terrible. I don't mind the lightning. I don't mind how fast he's moving. I don't mind the design of that.
This creature is. Our job is to secure it, neutralize it, see what makes it tick.
That's actually pretty. That's kind of funny. I don't know about the ring. It just feels like they didn't have a huge budget, so we're not gonna get the best special effects. I don't like that he can. Like, that makes no sense. I'm sorry, you're the logic there just makes no sense. Overall, the body shape's a little off. But this wide shot here, doesn't that, he looks better when you see him next to a human and he's tiny. Like, to me, that looks better. Also, the music for the trailer makes no goddamn sense. I mean, they're trying to just go 90s nostalgia or something, but Gangster's Paradise I mean, what does that have to do with Sonic at all? The Detective Pikachu used old music, but it just fit so perfectly. And then this whole joke here about a baby.
Do you have your child in that bag?
No.
This is not
I
funny.
mean, yes, it's a child, but
It's
not.
terrible dialogue.
It's not.
It's you have no you don't what's the word? Your audience's intelligence, like, you have no respect for that. That's what this is what you should be worried about. How Sonic looks is the absolute least of your worries when it comes to this movie. I will say at the end here, that's a way better look. I'm happy they went that way, and he's in some kind of, I don't know, green screen looking. That's some pretty green screen, terrible looking background, but at least that looks like him. Yeah, we're talking about the intelligence of. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, T, that the first mistake was putting him in a live action. That's the mistake. But they did. And not making him look like an animated character, in my opinion, is not going to make it better at all. Even if it did, this movie still is in trouble. There's nothing funny about it. The writing's terrible. Sonic's voice acting was it was forgettable. So that's my take on the Sonic movie. I mean, there's time, but that's what they chose to show us. That does look good, retro. I agree. I don't know about that background though. I think I could pull a better background on my green screen on OBS here. But yeah, so still wish, just like I'm glad they're planning on doing for the Mario Brothers animated film is make it animated, so making it live action is just a dumb choice. Obviously, you got Jim Carrey. He could have been the voice of the character and just made him CG. But animated movies of high quality, I'm guessing, are expensive. But you think getting these actors and filming and all that's expensive. So I wonder what what the real breakdown would be, but 20 million views. Yeah, I've seen Roger Rabbit too. I mean, you're not going to change my opinion. I think putting an animated character in a live action movie is just as dumb as the idea of putting Sonic in a live action movie. Like, at this point, unless the gimmick is a mixture of live action and animated characters, it doesn't work. It only worked for Roger Rabbit. They haven't really done it since. I mean, obviously, you know, you didn't give me your opinion. You just asked if I seen Roger Rabbit. They never really did that again. So, I mean, it was good for that one film. I've seen it one time when it came out on VHS, and I haven't seen it again, so I can't really comment too much on that movie. But I do remember liking it, and it did blend pretty well. Just no one's ever done it again, so maybe they could have. It'll be interesting to see, though, if they do other characters like Tails and Knuckles, and how, you know, they could even add fuel to the fire if they have these other characters, if they look terrible as well, to, you know, to the fans. So yeah, that's it for the movie. From this trailer, there's no way I'm gonna go see it at the theater. There's no way I'm gonna rent it. It's watch it when it's on HBO or Stars or, you know, FX type of movie. That's by the way, I just watched Venom for the first time via Stars on cable, and it wasn't too bad. I gotta say, great looking. Venom, great looking design. I love how Venom looked. And then the story was just pretty stupid. So it was an entertaining film. I liked Venom, the character. I liked his dialogue with himself, but everything around it was pretty terrible. I don't want to say terrible. It was just stupid, silly, like no thought put into any of it. Kind of feels like it was thrown together. But overall, I'd love to see that exact Venom in a Spider-Man movie, because I thought they nailed that part. So, you know, it's not all bad. Maybe because they see, you know, made all that money, maybe they'll do a little better on the sequel. But Sony's not known for their, other than Spider-Man 2, they're not really known for their sequels. So that's it for the movie talk. And then, all right, so next thing I want to talk about, I need to get this for better posture, damn it. I have terrible posture. I've seen this a few times now. Anyway, on the Juices Loose podcast, we were talking about Switch's lineup, and then somebody in the live chat mentioned the tweet about the Pokemon director saying that they're going to focus on making that Sword and Shield like a handheld. I forget the exact phrase. Something about focus on bringing out the fun of playing it in handheld mode or something like that. And then we were talking, and I was just kind of somebody posted the lineup Nintendo for 2019 of the first party games, you know, with Mario Maker, Fire Emblem, where like, and then Astral Chain had the dates, and then at the bottom it was Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, and Link's Awakening. And just like, I was just like, oh wow, those are a lot of handheld type franchises all coming out, you know, basically in the second half of the year. And the other guys did not agree with that assessment. And then it led to a whole conversation, lots of back and forth. I put this poll up. It's still active if you guys want to take part. How do I get, there we go. Copy link. So basically, Animal Crossing. Do you view Animal Crossing more as a handheld franchise or a home console franchise? Please like and retweet. Simple, you know, there's really, it all depends on the person. You know, I try not to lead the question, just ask it. And kind of, honestly, I was a little doubting after the backlash I received from the rest of the podcast crew. I thought maybe I am crazy. Maybe this shit is just like, I'm the only one who thinks this. So that's why I put this poll up. I was like, I can't be the only one who thinks Animal Crossing and thinks handheld, as a handheld franchise. I've never played, never even seen the home console versions. So I put the poll up, and I was relieved, to be honest, that it was in favor of handheld. At one point, with 40 votes, it was like 71-29 or something like that. So it's come back a little bit towards home console. But so it got me thinking. And I'm like, the guys were telling me all the facts about Animal Crossing, how it's on the N64 where it started. In Japan, they actually released it, and then they put it on the GameCube. And then it was on the DS, then the Wii, and then the 3DS, and then the Happy Home Designer, and then we have a mobile game. I forget what that one's called. So again, I wasn't sure if I was just the only crazy one and everyone else was sane, or I was the only sane one, type of situation. And obviously, the majority of people feel Animal Crossing, or they view it, or I would say associate, and that's the word I wish I would have used. I associate Animal Crossing with handhelds. That's just facts. That's a fact that you can't change. I associate Animal Crossing with handhelds. I associate Fire Emblem with handhelds. I was going to do a Fire Emblem one. I'd be curious. The results, I think, would be pretty similar. I'm not talking the history of these franchises. I'm not talking where I prefer to play them. I'm literally just saying when somebody mentions the game or I see something on the game, it's just a million, or not a million. It's just instantly association in my mind, subconsciously, to handheld. And that's just all it is. I don't know why it matters if people play it or not. It's just a question of how do you associate this franchise. And like I said, to Clocked It, I was like, if someone said the same thing about Metroid, I can't argue against them. There's been plenty of handheld versions of Metroid. If somebody in their mind, when they think Metroid, they think handhelds because they played Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, or Fusion, and Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance, and then Federation Force on the 3DS, and maybe Samus Returns, on the 3DS. I can't say, oh my God, you're wrong. Like, to them, it's just the way it works. It's just truth to them. So, and Nintendo has they support their handhelds and their home consoles. A lot of the franchises have full support on both handhelds and home consoles. So, like Zelda, I don't think, I don't immediately think, oh, home console Zelda. I don't think, oh, handheld Zelda. I don't even think in that way at all about Zelda. To me, Zelda just has always been a franchise. It's always been on handhelds and home consoles. Like, it's I guess would say asexual in that, I don't know what other way to say it. Not every franchise do I just immediately go home console or handheld. Metroid's another one. I don't really have a distinction there. It's just for whatever reason. Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing are there with like Pokemon. Pokemon's had a lot of side games on consoles over the years, but my mind immediately goes to handheld for those. So it wasn't like, I wasn't saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying they're lesser versions or anything like that, because just look at Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon versus Luigi's Mansion. The handheld sequel is like 5 times the size of the original game. So, it's never, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a negative, a diss towards the franchise. If you just feel like this franchise, if someone says the name of something and you just associate it immediately with a handheld or a home console, that's just your experience have built up to lead you to that thought process. So that's all that was. And with that in mind, like I said, that's factually for me. That's how, it's just facts. That's how I view Animal Crossing. That's how I view Fire Emblem. So that's where that all came from. Like, yeah, if you look at it, Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Link's Awakening's only ever been a handheld game. I just thought, hey, that's kind of not a coincidence. It's just kind of I don't know the word. Not poetic, just it is what it is. That's where all that came from. So I don't know why there was so much backlash about that, but that's kind of me explaining that whole thing. And I guess, if you want to get into a little bit, even like I said, Luigi's Mansion now for a lot of people, they probably started with Dark Moon, and then may have even bought the remake or port, whatever, of the first game, and to them, it's only a handheld franchise. So, yeah, again, we're not talking about Donix. I'm not talking about the history of these franchises. If you've played Fire Emblem on, I don't even know what in America what home console it was on first. I know GameCube and Wii for sure. Maybe Super Nintendo. I don't know of it. Like, I don't know of it before Super Nintendo or before the GameCube version. As far as home consoles, I don't know my history on that franchise. Not a big follower of the franchise. That's why for me, it's become aware to, in my mind, since the 3DS game Awakening came out. That's when it first started. That's when I first started hearing about Fire Emblem and really paying attention. I'm sure I heard it before, but paying attention to it. I got the Game Boy Advance version through the Ambassador program or whatever on 3DS. I think that's how I got it. I definitely didn't buy it. Played that, I don't know, a couple hours maybe, and played Awakening once, and then I knew there was a Game Boy Advance one. I'm not sure the console, where the first console version was and what systems it was on, but then we had Fates, Echoes. That's all three. That was 3 in a row, and then they did the Fire Emblem Heroes, which is on mobile, which I don't think Intelligent Systems made. So again, to me, it just feels like I said, I associate that game with handhelds just because that's my experience with the game. Castlevania is another one. My first time beating a Castlevania game was on the Game Boy Advance. Forget the first one, was it Dawn of Night or Dawn of Sorrow, something like that. I know there was 2 on the Game Boy Advance. That's my Castlevania experience, actually playing games I own, other than playing Castlevania 3 on the NES at my buddy's house once, maybe twice. I could see Castlevania in some people's minds being a handheld type franchise. So again, it's for each person. It's going to be completely different. Each game series could be completely different from one person to the next. And I just thought, since I made the poll, I didn't have a ton of stuff to talk about, but I still want to do a juice opinions. I thought, might as well explain the poll a little bit. Got 66 votes. I did a poll, got over 300. What the hell was that one? My polls have been kind of, I don't want to say wishy-washy. It's been, I usually find a way to phrase it to get more questions than people answering the poll. But I feel like this one was pretty straightforward. Let's see if it has my, I wish I could just find my polls. The last one I asked was hugely popular. And I did one on Mortal Kombat 11, which version is going to sell more, Xbox or Switch, and I forgot to talk about that. I can't find that, but I'm pretty sure it was the Switch version won out. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Anybody got any questions or anything? I'm gonna try to look down, make sure I'm not missing any kind of news. Digital Foundry did a Labo VR test for Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, and they confirmed, what was going to be obvious is that, Zelda had took a big drop in resolution, and in turn, visual quality was way blurry. But they also confirmed what everyone else has been saying, that because the camera doesn't work like free camera, like if you look up to the left, it goes up to the left. If you look up to the left, it goes down, and then rotates to the left. Like it's completely wrong, and that's what's leading to a lot of motion sickness. If they'd free up the camera so that you're just looking around, which would be I think that would probably be a lot better experience. So crazy sales, Mezza T, that was a funny ass video. I was at lunch and people walking by, I'm laughing my ass off. We played Smash Brothers this past weekend. Terrell live streamed for like over 4.5 hours. But this is funny. Let me listen to Terrell laughing here. This video is awesome.
Okay.
Robert kept self-destructing.
I'm so glad this is. I'm so glad.
He loves the spike and he keeps killing himself, and it's fucking hilarious.
God damn it.
It didn't kill.
Yeah, it did.
Look at him. Oh, this makes me laugh every time. Robert's usually really good at recoveries, and he's always spiking, and he just was having a bad night. There he goes again.
I can't believe I'm so off today. What the fuck?
Good. That worked out for us. Shit.
Jesus Christ, hit me 3 times.
Here goes again. See,
It's your favorite character.
see, he tried.
There goes Robert again.
Let's try to break
There
this
goes
down.
Robert.
I think he air dodged there. I think that's why he couldn't jump.
It's your favorite character.
Yeah, it looked like he air dodged.
It's your favorite character.
There
Yeah.
goes Robert again. Don't be wasting inkling, dude.
Oh, this was so good. We played our version of Smashdown. There he goes. I'm glad Terrell put this video together. We did our own version of Smashdown online,
Look at this. Holy shit.
and it was very fun. And we kept track of wins. And it got down to the wire. We were all tied. Cray was like 2 behind. Let's see what happened on this one. So he's Captain Falcon. See, he does it. I think he did an air dodge. That's what you're doing, Robert. You can't jump after an air dodge. There's like a 3-second delay after an air dodge for jumping. And then
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love this. Like he goes, and he
Why would you go there? I literally did it the other way. Are you fucking...
because you were facing the other way, Robert. Terrell's just he makes this even funnier.
He gets KO though.
You at least you killed somebody.
I'll fucking die, Captain Bitch ass.
Captain Bitch. That is,
What was that, yo?
oh shit,
Wait, who died?
Oh,
Robert. I love it when he dies with King K. Rool because he has the ridiculous recovery. He gets up just in time to get smashed.
God, I just went right into the fucking...
Terrell's concentrating, but he can't help but hear Robert complain.
Oh!
Nothing like laughing at other people's misery.
What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Sorry, explicit content. There will be cussing.
Show your might, so.
Oh no, I didn't even jump. God.
You must have some input lag going
Look at
on.
the size of my feet.
I must, because this is ridiculous.
Oh shit! Oh, what?
It's almost over.
Oh, where?
Robert.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. That motherfucker just pulled the stage. This is ridiculous.
I won this match. I remember with Robin.
Go ahead, slap me. Fucking slap me.
Jesus Christ.
Did not win this one with Ryu. So, see, he went for the spike. Robert.
Jesus
Watch
Christ.
Ridley here. He goes for a spike. He has a down A that's a thrust.
Oh! Oh my god. God.
Oh, what?
Here's the
How did
King
I
K.
get
Rool ones. These are the best.
Let me
See,
handle
right
the
there, he
cat.
tried to
Oh, God.
squash me. Watch, I'm here. He goes,
Let me handle
bloop,
the cat.
and I
Oh,
move.
God.
Perfect timing. Let's
Oh,
change.
what? How did I get nothing?
Let me handle the cat. Oh, God.
Oh shit. This is my 4th or 5th time watching this, by the way. It still makes me laugh.
Shit, yeah. I'm so angry what just happened. Yo.
Oh, my God. No.
What'd you do?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I always did.
There he goes.
I keep killing myself.
And this is a well, this was 10:30, but at one point it was like 1 in the
It's
morning.
alright! Oh!
There he goes for the spike.
Thank you, Robert.
He helped Terrell get back on the stage.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh shit.
They were coming back. They were coming back. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I don't even care.
Call it shit.
Is that Robert or Reggie? A good one. Apparently no one wanted to watch Smash because 5 people left since I started watching that. We're gonna watch this one because this one is unbelievable. So we're playing Smashdown.
I just don't want to be in this.
This match was ending.
You should have helped.
3 of us had 5 wins. Cray just got his 4th win.
You had one
We
job.
played every character except Jigglypuff. No one had used Jigglypuff. It was the only character left.
Oh my god.
I'm so
So it's like,
in the me's, I guess.
it's 1 in the morning.
Fucker just taunted
So
me
we
and I
just,
missed.
I call out
We just all pick.
Oh shit.
We all pick random.
to pick random
Should've aimed for the
Winner of
head.
this.
because we only had
Also, we're
one
all
character
picking
left.
random.
So I was like, we can't all be the same
Okay.
character.
Just the top
Oh
pick,
my
right?
god, dude, that's fucking
Now you
crazy.
pick it too, Cray.
So we pick random.
Death.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Stuff.
You'll see it here. This is real. This isn't
You know, we
doctored.
could also do like when on the next one we could have bonus.
Boom. All of us picked random. We're playing unofficial Smashdown. The only character we didn't use was Jigglypuff because it wasn't an even number for 4 players.
Kind of like what they do in Mario
All
Party.
random.
Like whoever gets the most KOs gets an extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the points.
Oh, what the fuck?
No way.
What?
No way.
What?
They must know. Let's pause this for a second. Don't attack.
Like, how the fuck? What are the
They
odds?
had to have known that we were playing.
And this is like 1 in the morning. Listen to Terrell in his house.
What?
Is this on the street?
Yeah, it's on the street. What the
I was trying to be
fuck?
quiet because it was late.
I'm so done.
Legendary, yo.
I don't know what the statistical odds are that we'd all get Jigglypuff. Have you ever had even got the same,
Oh,
Alright.
ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
even picking randoms? I don't think I've ever seen the same, like 2 people get the same character. That was just like, the odds are just so unbelievable. And the fact that that was the only character we hadn't played all night. And like, we've been in that arena for like 3 hours playing through all the characters. It's just unbelievable. That was one of the craziest things of gaming related I've ever been a part of. Like, and I wish it wasn't so late so I could have actually, I was purposely like being quiet because I didn't want to be loud. Yeah, 1 trillion to 1 something, unless the game keeps track of who we are all playing in it, and it has some kind of AI going on, because it didn't pick the Mii fighters.
KOs gets an extra point.
Yeah.
It's just so unbelievable.
The points.
Oh, what the fuck?
No way.
What?
No way.
I don't even know.
They must
I don't even know.
Let's pause this for a second. Don't attack.
And the crazy thing is, you want to know the crazy thing? Is on my screen, and this is even more wild. This was right. I had this, but Robert was the, like, maybe because he was the same character. On my screen, he was, like, super dark shaded. So maybe it's because we were the same, and that was how to distinguish them. But
It had to have
that could have
known
been it. That was probably it, because we're the same one here.
Smashed.
I got the green hat. I don't know. Yeah, his is green, so we're the same one. That's why it was dark on my screen.
Yeah, it's on the stream. What the fuck?
That's just fucking crazy. Anyway, I don't know if that could ever. I don't know. Maybe it is, but maybe it is based off of who's using. We could replicate that, and it would happen again. So we'll have to do that. We'll have to play through every character again, leave Jigglypuff to the end, and do random and see if it picks it again. Then it'll be less crazy. Maybe we won't tell anybody, but yeah. So that's about all I got. On the Juice is Loose, we got a couple hands-on with Labo VR. Obviously, they'll get everyone else's take on the Sonic movie, on the character design. I gave my take, but everyone, I'm guessing, there's going to be some varied opinions, quite a bit. I think everybody agrees the movie looks bad, though, like from the writing and stuff. Shout out to Clocked It, too. Great video on maybe going digital just because of the worldwide problem we have with plastic and everything. I mean, all this one-use plastic bullshit, and I you can tell it's tough for him to even consider not buying digital or physical. But there's just way too much fucking plastic in this world, and I think that's not a bad reason to start buying some games, digitally, and not supporting or adding to the ridiculous plastic waste that is just fucking plaguing this planet, especially the oceans, and just the miles of fucking floating plastic garbage. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, we could basically, for him, it's a tough decision, but he's gonna try to make it, and I'm considering going that route. I try to do my part. I don't buy plastic. I don't buy bottled water. So I'm not constantly throwing plastic water bottles away and stuff. But everybody could probably start doing better, and I think and maybe the future would be a little less dreary, for the next couple generations. But anyway, sorry to bring it down, but yeah, I just wanted to shout out his video. You should go check it out. It's only got 62 views, and it's worth more. Yeah, I get it's not trash except for the plastic wrapper that comes in, and if you got inserts or anything inside you throw away, it's just everything involved in that. Like he said in his video, they produce the plastic. There's obviously waste in plastic production. Maybe they recycle it right there. Then they wrap it in plastic. Then they put it in a truck, and then they drive, and you got, trucks using gasoline, and then you got to put it on a boat or a plane to get it to another country. And it's just the whole hit. And I agree with them. It's going to be hard, though. It's going to be really hard. A lot of people are in denial about, where the world's at when it comes to this kind of stuff. Just go anywhere and walk around, and there's always just garbage and grass. You go out in nature, and there's garbage everywhere. So anyway, go check out that video. I recommend it. It's not one of his, usual funny, entertaining. It's more of a serious type of video, but it's really well done. Check out T's video. That was very funny. Lots of lots of sarcasm, and what's the other version of sarcasm? T, are you still here? Can you help me out? Fuck. It's like there's two versions of sarcasm. There's the obvious, and then like the reverse, basically sarcasm. That's got a name. Not really reverse, but it's like super subtle. Yeah, the garbage topic. A parody, yeah, I'm thinking of, there's literally like a twin brother, if you will, of sarcasm as far as a word. I want to say it starts with a H. Can't think of it. But anyway, that's going to be it. And I'm going to play some Rocket League. So thanks everybody for tuning in. leave your thoughts in the comments if you're watching this on the replay. And if you guys want more of us playing Smash, please let everybody know, because I'm all for Smash nights. I don't have the capture card, so it's on Terrell or somebody else to get that going. So if you want more, I'd love to do a more regular Juice is Loose crew, Smash Brothers events, but we'll see. So anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.